Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bodcast. Carrie is here and so is Ian.
Hello.
Hi. This week we're going to be going through the 34 projects that have made it into the second 2021 LEGO Ideas review. So let's kick that off, and also you've no idea how long that took us to try and say that. Ian thought it would be easy to say it and then he messed it up too. So
Not as much as you did.
yeah, well, that's because I tried more.
So obviously if you are watching this on YouTube, then we will show you the pictures as we go. If you're listening to it on Spotify, you could have the webpage open and scroll through and click through for more details if you get excited about a project.
But if you're listening in your car, we'll describe them to you as
Yeah.
well, because that's the kind of nice people we are.
That's it. Just don't close your eyes.
Yes, keep driving. Eyes on the road. Okay, so number 1, lifeguards shack. So a quick visual description. It's some sand with some steps up to a lifeguard shack in a... Is that aqua colour?
I don't know.
It's an interesting colour.
It is. It looks... Maybe it's like aqua.
Yeah.
Looks slightly green, but that could be the render.
No, I think it's the light aqua. I got some 2x2 tiles, that colour, from the Pick-a-Brick wall. And it's quite a nice shade. I thought it would go quite nicely on a pathway somewhere.
Yeah.
But they've got an interesting technique for the stairs. It's not like tiles making up sort of square stairs. They've got...
Yeah, they've done the cheese wedge technique, which is used in a couple of places.
It makes them look very triangular, but it's quite cool.
It does. I was trying to think if they're in a recent set that we've done, and I can't think which.
And they've got like 2 life preservers. Are they called life preservers? The rings. But they're alternate colours, so it adds quite a lot of variety. Yeah. It's quite a nice set. And they've got the seagull piece, which costs £1.50 on Bricks and Pieces, I think.
Expensive seagulls.
Yeah, or something like that. But it's a cute little build.
Yeah.
It's not a massive ideas project. I think it looks really nice. The lifeguard's got a good torso. Like, he looks like he's from Baywatch, which is dating how old we are, because Baywatch hasn't been on TV for years.
No, they did a film fairly recently.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll have to look that up. Or, actually, I don't really care thinking about it. I mean, I have to look it up to see if you're right.
Was The Rock in it? I could be making this up.
Okay. What kind of weird dreams are you having? Right, moving on. So, little picnic blanket, a ghetto blaster, or a boombox. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's minimal. It's mainly focused on the shack itself. I'm intrigued what's inside, but I haven't looked. Have you looked inside?
No.
No. So, are you saying you would back this? Or if you were reviewing, would you go for it? Our LEGO Idea is going to go for it.
I think that depends. If this was the only one they picked, then it would be completely rubbish. Because this is a small set. If they pick a big one and then this to go alongside it, because I know a lot of people have complained that LEGO Ideas are only doing big sets.
Yeah.
So adding in a couple of small sets at the same time could be a good thing.
It's that they seem to be doing the small sets as the little other projects on here. So they do like the design of car, or like the
those
contests.
come mainly from the competitions rather than from the LEGO Ideas itself.
But at least we're still getting those.
Yes.
People complain too much. I like it. I think I could see a place for it in our city as well.
Oh yeah, easily.
The scale seems good. Yeah. It's a win for me. Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Number 2.
We're not going to get through all of this.
No, we're not. Maybe we'll be back next week with the rest. Number 2, Imperial Island Fort. So this is a castle on an island. It's got like 3 parts to it. 3 parts?
It's not a castle, is it? It's a fort.
Okay, but it looks castle-y.
It is castle-y.
Yeah.
But it's from, it's obviously Imperials, kind of a throwback to them, using like the flag pieces and stuff, which came out with those. So it's a nice little set. It's got some nostalgia value in there.
The trees look good. They've got some coconuts on, and they're like the ones where they use the cone pieces to make the stem.
Yeah.
As opposed to you get like weird shaped axle pieces or something. Oh no, the round ones that you put onto axles. Yeah. I like that technique because I think that looks more like a
that's
palm
more
tree.
The kind of traditional palm tree that LEGO went with in the past.
Yeah.
But I feel that we see these kinds of designs coming through quite a lot.
But yeah, they don't make it through because they just don't. Why don't they make it through? You don't know.
Because Lego don't want to do it.
Yeah, I guess, but no one really thinks about that part. It's like, yes, we agree it's a great idea. Everyone really wants it, but we don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Lego can choose. That's kind of their prerogative, isn't it? Yeah. People would definitely go for it because so many people want these kind of sets back. But
a lot of AFOLs do.
Yeah.
It's whether it would appeal to a broader market. This is not going to get people who aren't interested in Lego interested in Lego, and that seems to be where Lego Ideas has been going recently.
Yeah, that's true. So you're trying to pick up the Disney market with Winnie the Pooh, the Sesame Street market.
Yeah.
Is there a Sesame Street market?
Typewriter market.
Yeah. Well, no, people that like to display things.
Yeah.
Spaceballs, number 3. So this is, I'm guessing, based on the movie Spaceballs, which I don't think I've seen. But is that the one? Is that like the parody of Star Wars?
Yes, it is.
And so there's
the RV spaceship, which
is that all
if
that
you've seen
is?
the film,
Is that
that's
just,
what you.
That's 3 different angles of it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So to me, it looks like an RV with
wings sticking out.
Attached.
That's pretty much what it was.
Okay. Yeah, I've not seen this film.
Okay, you should. It's quite funny.
Yeah, but I feel like it would give me too much. Would it give me Star Wars knowledge? I don't want to know about Star Wars. I'm good not knowing.
Don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel it has a lot of Jewish jokes in it.
Oh, so it's probably not good anymore.
Yeah, and it was Mel Brooks, wasn't it? That's the guy I'm thinking of.
I've no idea. That's someone I went to school with. So
okay, not him.
Well, she was a she, just to clarify.
Okay, not her. Fairly old Jewish actor, very funny. I'm sure he was involved in it, but yeah.
So, yeah, not really today's market.
I don't know.
Is that meant to be Darth Vader, the one at the top?
Yes.
But it looks like a cross between Harry Potter and Darth Vader to me.
It does, yeah.
I don't know if that's just the
that could be the face they've used.
Yeah. Just the glasses,
yeah.
I think.
I mean, the question is, would Lego pick this? I mean,
No,
it makes fun of Star Wars, which is one of Lego's best
there's no way
lines.
there's no way they're going to pick this. Okay. Number 4, the costume store. I absolutely love this. So it's a modular style, but it's really detailed, and that's something that we always see in the ideas projects that never actually make it through. Yeah. It's got 3 floors, lots of colour, so bright red roof, the yellow middle part. It's a bit busy.
It is a bit busy.
It's got some really nice greenery up the side, so it's got like 2 parts. One is sort of set back.
Yeah.
But it's all on theme.
Yeah. It does look nice, but it's modular. It's not going to get picked.
I was thinking, why does it have a pumpkin and stuff? But then I realised it's a costume store. So
yes.
This is a good one for to have in your city now for Halloween.
Yeah.
The build up to sort of that, but at the same time, it's not going to get picked.
So this is the first entry from Bricky Brick in this round. He's got a second entry, which we'll look at later. He had 2 in the previous round. He's got 2 in the Bricklink Invitational. Crazy.
So are they all modular style?
No.
Okay.
A lot of them are, but no, he's got other ones in there as well. He's got Little Venice is one of his.
Oh, I like that one.
And the Brickwest Studios, the kind of saloon studio set.
The sort of westerny one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that he's just a really good designer of mocks and he's reaping the benefits of getting to 10k? Because obviously you get is it 500 quid to spend on Lego?
Yeah.
But also getting really good exposure.
He also... Am I right on this?
Say it and we'll cut it out if you're not.
Barracuda Bay.
Okay, so he's also the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, which you were sure of, but we clicked through to try and check, and the link on the ideas blog goes to the completely wrong person.
Yeah.
Which is quite funny. But yeah, so he did Pirates of Barracuda Bay as well, so he's doing well for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good set. I'd buy it. But they're not going to approve it because it's a modular.
Yeah.
So, moving on. BTS Dynamite. This is number 5. So, I'm going to describe this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minifigures without faces.
Yeah.
With some interesting clothes, which I'm guessing would all be like new prints and things. Is that allowed? I wasn't sure. I thought you weren't allowed to submit things with different...
I can't remember about minifigures, whether they allow it.
And then there's like a disco hall, like the entrance to a disco.
So this is from a music video.
Oh, okay. Behind the scenes, is that what the BTS is? Behind the scenes of Dynamite.
I don't know.
And I'm guessing Dynamite is the music video.
Yeah.
I would not buy this.
No.
I don't really get it. I mean, how have they made the disco? That just looks like they've added the word disco on top. It's not actually built. It just looks like...
What, do you think that would end up being a printed piece or a big sticker?
Yeah. It does look like they've made a piece behind and then they've just slapped on...
Maybe.
Some text.
Yeah.
And the same with Sweet Music. I'm not keen.
No.
So, and I'm pretty sure that I'm just as good as all the Lego Ideas review panel, and they will also not be keen. So moving on to number 6. This one's interesting. This is movie set. So you've got like a train track with a camera and all the sort of recording equipment on, some little lights, a whole like film crew and some extra cameras, and then you've got lots of different like building facades.
Yeah, 8 building facades.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good counting. Yeah, and they're really nice facades, and I would buy all of them as modulars if they were full buildings. And it's a really interesting concept. It's quite playable.
Yeah.
And also, if you're happy to just build... Well, for city builders, I guess, if you wanted to just put them as your facades
against
along your
the
back
wall, then
that would be really helpful as well. We've talked about having like a film studios because they've done so many licensed sets from TV programs like Friends and Big Bang Theory.
And some of those come with the lighting rigs and stuff,
true.
so it lends itself very well to a studio.
Yeah, so adding this alongside that would work.
Yeah.
Because it's such an interesting idea, do you think Lego Ideas will go for it because of that?
It's possible.
It's just, it seems to be a sneaky way to try and get the modulars in, because those are all modular facades.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone always votes for, because they really love modulars. But this doesn't give you the modulars, so maybe it sort of skirts around that unofficial rule, because there is no rule that you can't have a modular. We just all know that that's the case, because, you know, they never pick them. I like it. Would you buy it?
I think so.
Yeah. Would you then use it as it's meant to be, or would you try and add the sides to the modulars?
I don't know. It might be a bit of both. So set up a scene using some of those, and then put the rest.
It could be an interesting one that you could set up a scene with some of them and have the others in spare, and then like
switch them out.
Yeah, because that's the nice thing about Lego Cities. If you change them, they're quite fun that way. Number 7 is the A-frame cabin, and I think this is a really cool technique. So you've got essentially a log cabin that looks like an A.
Yeah.
It's a big triangle with a little platform, some rickety steps, and then 3 really quite realistic looking trees.
Yeah. So I've seen this a lot.
Yeah, this has been on Instagram a lot. I've definitely
but I think it around. Also subtle variations of it and stuff on Brothers Brick. I think it appeared quite a number of times. It's a nice looking cabin. The trees are really nice. It
would go nice next to the treehouse.
If Lego did this, they would not have the trees like that, I don't think.
Because it's not a great building technique?
It's just not really a
Lego
building technique.
Okay, because it's too realistic.
Kind of, in some ways, yeah.
It looks fiddly. Like, building that doesn't look like it would be fun. Yeah. Certainly the green one is a lot steeper an angle than the others. They're kind of more spread out. The green one I think I would probably throw across the room before I'd finish building it. I'd buy it because I think it looks really nice, but I don't know where we'd put it in the city. Oh, are they going to pick it?
I don't know. As I said, it seems as though recently they've been picking sets to try and pull in people who aren't into Lego. That is not going to do that.
Number 8. Boston Dynamics Spot 1 water scale motorised model. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's the robot that walks upstairs and downstairs, and it's generally freaky looking.
Yeah.
And it's the thing of nightmares, but also really fascinating and quite clever. I don't want that in Lego.
No. I don't know how much articulation there is, how much you can get it to walk. If Lego did this, and you've got all the motors in it and the control unit, it would not work properly. Lego can't program stuff. They just can't. They try and they fail.
So
I think even things like the haunted house, the app got out of sync with the motors, and so it stopped working after a little while of running. But there are people out there who could easily rewrite the firmware on the control unit and get it to do some impressive stuff if it's got enough articulation and if it's got enough control points.
Yeah. So I feel like it's meant to look like it, not meant to completely replicate it.
No.
Because,
It is obviously meant to walk a bit. I mean, it is.
It says it's motorised.
Yeah, it is motorised, so it can do some of it. I can't imagine you can push it over and it'll self-right and stuff
Is
like
the
that.
real one bright yellow? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I prefer it in purple. Moving on to Medieval Tavern, number 9. This one's nice. This is like a churchy looking building, but it's not because it's a medieval tavern.
It's quite clearly a church.
Yeah, it does look like a church.
Yeah.
It's got 2 parts to it. So one side is sort of tan and nougat with a very blue sort of checkered roof, and there's a
That's
nice,
clearly the church.
yeah, and then there's a archway, and I'm guessing the grey building with like quite a lot of masonry bricks. That is where the tavern is. So they're sneaking a church in. They're not going to get it through. I really like it, but I shouldn't get my hopes up. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay. Women of Computing, number 10. There's 5 different like small scenes on little platforms with labels of people. They've done Women of NASA before.
They have.
So it's a possibility. The same sort of concept. Who have they got? Ada Lovelace.
Yeah.
Annie Eastley. I feel like I should know these people.
I feel I should as well, and the only one I know is Ada Lovelace.
I've heard of Grace Hopper. I've heard of her. And Lovelace. Betty Holbertson, Jean Jennings Bartik, Gladys West, Annie Eastley. I mean, this is our background, and we have only heard of 1/2. So, how notable are they? Or should we just learn a bit more about women in computing? Are they going to
I mean, they're saying that Grace Hopper is credited as inventing the first computer, which seems odd because she's American, and the first computers were definitely in the UK.
Interesting.
Like the Manchester Mark 1 and Mark 2 were UK based. But you know.
Did it say first woman or first?
I don't know.
She was a lead programmer in the Mark 1, developed at Harvard.
I thought it was mainly developed here. Maybe I could be wrong.
I'll have to have a look at that. I don't like to be wrong. So, you're wrong.
Okay. I know nothing about the Harvard Mark 1, despite studying computing history, part of my degree course.
But you studied it in the UK.
Yeah, true.
This is a clear example of how where you learn something changes what you learn.
Yeah.
Which is quite worrying, really. Surely facts should be facts.
Yeah.
Also, we're looking it up on Wikipedia, so really, is it facts?
It's...
Are Lego going to go for this?
They could do, as you say, they did the NASA one. It's very similar to that.
Are people going to buy it? Do people buy the NASA one? I'm going to guess they must have.
Don't know.
I didn't, but I didn't know about it. Number 11, The Tavern Under the Snow. This looks like it would kind of fit in our winter village, but it doesn't quite fit with the theme that they've already got. So you've got a 2-storey building, maybe 3-storey. The bottom level is kind of like bigger than the top.
Yeah.
You've got like an outside barbecue area, because, you know, you always want a barbecue in the snow. Outdoor seating area, I don't know,
A little terrace.
Terrace, that's the word. Yeah, quite a lot of snow, but not enough snow. I don't know. The roof, I kind of prefer the roofs to be snow.
Right.
In my winter village, it's always heavily snowy. What do you think? It's kind of boring.
Yeah. It's nice, but...
There's nothing special about it.
No, nothing's jumping out at me at all for it.
I don't even think I want to put it in my winter village. It's too big for what it actually is. It's like that looks to me like a 32 by 32
Yeah, that's a
base
32
plate.
by 32 base. So the ground floor takes up the majority of that base plate.
There's like a 4 walkway down the side, and that's it.
But then it's like a small cabin on top of that.
Yeah, it just seems odd.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you think maybe they're like, well, no one does modulars, so therefore
I'll do something that's not a modular but looks kind of like a modular, but no.
I mean, are people submitting their work to Lego Ideas with the intent of trying to get it approved, or is it they've made something and they're proud of it and they want to show it off?
I don't know.
That's the thing.
I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah, so I don't really want to sort of say to people, oh, they've tried to get around the rules. Maybe it's just they've just made this, they're proud of it, and they put it up. So
I was trying to work out whether they're going for like a Game of Thrones thing, but Game of Thrones isn't allowed, and so they've tried to make it a bit more generic. I don't know.
Doesn't it look all that Games of Thrones to me? Maybe it does. I kind of expect bigger for Game of Thrones still.
Yeah.
Right, number 12, working mini golf course, fully playable. That's cool.
It does look cool. So it kind of reminds me of Screwball Scramble.
Screwball Scramble, it was a game we had as kids where you put like a marble at the start and you twist lots of different knobs and things move about and the ball has to get from one end to the other and you have to learn which way to do it. And this has got loads of little dials on the side, which I assume is to make the ball move or to make things move?
I think it's to make the...
Oh, to tilt
different bits
the playing
of it.
bit. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. It's a 4-hole golf course. It's not many.
Is it 4?
I see 3 flags and there's a hole here. Oh no, it's 3. It's only 3.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, 3 flags. Okay. Well, it's got the windmill, obviously, which you need to have.
Yeah. And it looks like you have to go upstairs at one point, so I don't know whether there's...
That's why I was wondering if that dial on the side made the stairs go up and down, up and down, up and down.
Like you see on a lot of GBC.
Yes,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool, but I don't know where I'd put it. Would you put it in your city?
I think that would work in a city.
Yeah.
It's the right scale for it.
But a 3-hole golf course doesn't seem like enough.
Well, you're not going to put like an 18-hole golf course in a city, are you? That's most of the city.
Yeah, it's true. But you wouldn't go to a 3-hole golf course, would you?
I don't know, you might do. I'm sure there must be like pubs where they have a small little free golf course. In the same way that you'll have pubs which have a single bowling alley in them.
Right.
You wouldn't go to a bowling alley that only had one lane, but you would go to a pub which had a single bowling alley lane in it.
I guess. I've never heard of any of that though. But I've heard of the Skittles alleys.
Oh yeah.
But not the... They call them Skittles normally in pubs though.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I think Lego Ideas might go for it as well. Because it's so different.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes the oddball ones make it through.
Yeah.
Brick Walk, number 13. Modular.
It's a modular building.
It looks very much like a London sort of esque building. Is it townhouse? Are those townhouses? Maybe not. Really big windows on the second floor.
Yeah.
And arches on the first. And then there's quite a significant
kind of
road attached to
floor
this.
Looks a bit short.
Yeah, squitty and small. But it's probably fine. That's where you'd have your servants' quarters, wouldn't you? Quite a big blocky tree there. Similar sort of leaf techniques sort of pointing down as the one earlier. A little post box. I like the post box. And then it's got, a really big road section, which kind of you wouldn't need.
I'm trying to work out what is this meant to be. I feel they're trying to copy something. Click through and find out. That's weird. So if you look from the outside, it looks like there's clearly a floor underneath the black. Whereas inside, they've actually dropped the floor down.
Right.
So that must mean the windows are really, on the middle floor, are really close to the ceiling.
What do you think they're trying to be?
I don't know. I was just trying to work out.
Georgian style, it says. I think it's just trying to be a...
No, go back. It said what it was inspired by.
Oh,
Inspired by New Walk in the UK city of Leicester.
Okay. It's trying to be Newark
There you go.
in Leicester. I don't know what that looks like, so I can't tell you if they are doing well.
So it's not a modular, is it? It's Dollhouse.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It's got an open back. But it looks like a modular.
Yeah.
It's not getting through. Number 14. Medieval Harbour. So it's got a couple of buildings, all very similar looking. Kind of like the blacksmiths, roof-wise. And sort of colour palette. And then it's on like a quayside type thing.
Yeah.
And there's some boats that go past, a little jetty. A couple of jetties, actually. Some trees. Looks nice.
It is nice.
Would work if you're making a medieval town, I guess. I don't think it would fit in our city. We don't really need a medieval harbour.
No. You could maybe adjust it subtly.
But I think it's kind of... There's similarities here between this one and the Imperial Island. This one's less... This is less faulty, but it's still got the same... Like, it's something on the edge of some sea.
Yeah.
It's got trees. They're very similar. And this is what we were talking about with Lego Ideas, is there's no way to, like, categorise or make sure that things that are similar don't go into the same review, or they do go into the same review. You really need to look at it. If you haven't listened to that episode, I'll link it up for you in YouTube, or you can go find it. I think it's episode 3. So if you want to listen to that, it was a while ago now.
It was.
You can go back and listen to that, but I don't think it's going to get through.
No.
So, number 15. Floating island using tensegrity. Tensegrity? Is that how you say it? Tensegrity.
I don't know how you pronounce
it. Tensegrity. It's one of these ones where there's some sort of crazy physics going on that stops it from falling down.
Yes.
So it's pushing in one direction and the other direction at the same point, which therefore lifts it up.
Yeah.
And you use like pieces to...
Well, it's that it can't fall down because
it's pulling
each of the wires on it is tense.
Yes.
Hence the name.
Tensegrity.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's micro scale. It's like a micro scale kind of castle with what looks like a golf course. That's actually more holes than the other one. In fact, look, there's even like a little windmill. It definitely looks like a crazy golf course. A couple of like little huts and some trees.
I think that's meant to just be kind of a village.
I know, but it makes me look like it reminds me of that. And then you've got like it's kind of been grabbed out of the ground, so you've got the core of the earth underneath, and then underneath the whole thing is like another city, more city-y.
Yeah.
Like high-rise buildings. Yeah, not very interesting looking. I'm intrigued how they do the floating balloon, if I'm honest, because that is in no way connected.
That is in no way
quite clearly
connected.
not using tensegrity.
Yeah.
So I think maybe
that may just be a separate bit to play with.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I've seen these on like YouTube and stuff, and I'll be like, wow, that's really cool, but it's only cool for like 5 minutes, and then you're like, I get it. I don't know.
Yeah. No. It is interesting. It's something that became hugely popular.
Yeah.
And that you saw them all over the place suddenly.
But it's kind of gimmicky.
It is a little.
And where would you put it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lego Ideas like it.
I don't know.
Okay. Number 16. GameStop Classic Shop. How did this get through?
I've no idea.
This essentially looks like a box with 3 minifigures in the window.
And a monkey on the side.
A monkey on the side, yeah, one of the classic monkeys. And it's really ugly. I'm really sorry. It's got 3 parking spaces out the front. And, yeah, the most interesting part of that photo is actually the backdrop. With the earth in the background. That's really not exciting at all. What is GameStop?
GameStop is
Is it just like
So GameStop was massively hyped over the whole stock stuff.
Ah, okay.
So a lot of investment firms were betting on GameStop closing.
Yeah.
And that led to people buying stock in GameStop, knowing that to protect their interests, then the companies which had bet against it would then have to start investing money in, and so the share price rocketed, and some people made a huge amount of money off it.
That's interesting.
And I think that's why it got through. Someone made it at that time and then just posted it in all the places where people were talking about GameStop, and it managed to get enough votes.
But it's really boring.
It is.
Lego Ideas are not going to back this. I'm not going to buy it. Moving on. Number 17. Aircraft Engine Workshop. Minifig Scale and Working. That's a long title. Yeah. This really doesn't do it for me.
I don't know what they mean by working. I think they just mean it spins round.
Yeah, maybe. It's clever, but no.
Yeah.
It's essentially an engine for an aircraft, and it opens up and you can look inside. But I don't think it's all that interesting. There probably is some clever piece usage. I mean, what are those there? They're like...
I've no idea what those are.
They're like car fronts, I think.
Could be.
But they're all sort of layered to make a spirally effect, but I just don't see it. 18, ScoobyDoo Mystery Machine.
So again, this is something that's been all over the place, doing different variations of it, doing the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine pattern applied to things like...
the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ecto-1 as well.
I've seen that on Instagram. But, no. There is already a Mystery Machine. It's retired set. But...
There's a camper van.
Yeah.
So you've got vans out there.
I'm not...
It's not city scale.
No, it's massive.
It's a huge display piece.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
No, me neither. It's also one too many for this review, but we've done it now, so...
Oh, okay.
We should have stopped at 17.
Sorry.
We got carried away.
We did.
That's...
I think because we wanted to end on a good one.
Yeah, and we didn't.
And we failed.
We'd have to go at least 2 more for that. So I think we'll stop now. Yeah, those were our thoughts. It's been a bit of a longer episode than normal. Let us know if you like that. If you're listening on YouTube, let us know in the comments below which of the first 18 ideas is your favourite. What you think of some of these sets. Which ones do you think are likely to make it into actual projects? If you're not on YouTube, then just drop us a Instagram message, because we're still interested in your thoughts, but not all platforms have a place to break the comments, so let us know. We'll be back next week with the second part of this podcast, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, and we'll catch you then. Bye!
Bye.